What's good, everybody? So it's the composition, the MC that writes fiction. What's good, Renegades? We got another Impatient track. This is Ren and Chris Webby. This is Caskets. Now, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, subscribe, notification bells on so you don't miss when I drop a new video on the road to 10K. I've been out of commission for the last week. I've been under the weather, but we are about 90% better. So we're gonna get back to the videos, but let's go ahead and dive into this because I have been digging everything they've dropped so far. So yeah, let's get it. Casket.
If I don't wake tomorrow morning, empty shoes on the side of the hall, and if my number stops calling, picture frames hanging up by the door. You try to reach right in and hold on to the little things, but they slip away. But it's okay, 'cause I had a hell of a time. Know that I had the time of my life. So remember me and smile. All of the souls heading back home down a one-way road. So it goes until the casket's closed. And if you get that sinking feeling,
And you know what's interesting is that me personally, I steer away from, I guess, like death talk and different things like that. But it is dope when you think about like how often someone who passes away isn't able to say like, "Hey, it was good. It was good." Don't be too sad. Like I'm glad the way everything, turned out type of thing. So I particularly like that aspect of it. This almost reminds me of that one J. Cole song where he's rapping basically his life in reverse, like from the casket to birth, type of thing. And to me, I think that it's a dope in the realm of music to be able to have these particular perspectives. So this is dope.
thinking about the time we shared, I hope it helps you with your healing. Knowing that I wasn't scared, I savored everything. I pressed the world up against my skin. I was lucky, I guess. I always found the beauty in the mess. You gotta hold on to the little things, but you gotta let go just a little bit. When another one goes, one will find their wings. Then they'll find their way home, little take and give. Into the unknown and the changing tides. The sun sets low on an endless sky. So much we don't know, I don't know why, but I'll be fine. 'Cause
I'm telling you right now, this is real wealth right here. This is real wealth. I've been thinking about this a lot lately. You hear it on the stereotypical level, like, family love, that's the real thing, da 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 da. But being 35 and not having any children yet, it makes me really look at these type of things in a different light. Not saying all throughout my life I've wanted kids, um, but being 35, seeing the dynamics of people, who have kids and who don't have kids, and this right here, this is priceless. This to me is true wealth right here, and it's just a beautiful.
had a hell of a time.
That's all you like.
Know that I had the time of my life. So remember me and smile. All of the souls heading back home down a one-way road. So it goes until the casket's closed. Raise a
Like I'll
toast
tell
as the
you some
curtains
stories about you,
close and the
Papa.
sunset fades to black. So the story goes, we all walk with ghosts, no one-way tickets back. The casualties of our memories that slip right through the cracks.
Dang.
All the inside jokes and the times we spoke will stay frozen in the past. You gotta hold on to the little things, but you gotta let go just a little bit. I guess we'll never know what tomorrow brings, but just know you're not alone in the thick of it. I know it feels cold when the caskets close, stories untold on a headstone. For those who grow old, it'll fly by in the blink of an eye. So we'll have a hell of a time. Know that we'll have the time of our lives. So remember us and smile. All of the
The
souls.
person, all right, try not to ball out crying. But it's interesting. Like this almost plays out like the movie Up, minus as far as the children and everything like that. But to me, I always find it fascinating the person who remains, the last one standing, so to speak. I think one of my grandfathers, he was like that. It's like he's seeing all his siblings pass, some of his kids pass, his wife pass, my grandma pass, and he's the last one, and he eventually passed, but it's just interesting. It's just interesting that level of it is painful. I think so often people are just all like, oh, it's so painful, I don't want to experience that, da, 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 da. But then you disregard the beautiful memories, man. Memories are a heck of a thing, man. you know and those times, like, some people will be like, oh, the pain is just too much. But if you could find some sort of, you know, happiness that you got to experience it, I think that that does something. And so it's just interesting. Like, here are the words, all the souls headed back home down a one-way road. Like, ah, this is a really good song. It's a really good song.
Heading back home down a one-way road. So it goes until the caskets close. We'll have a hell of a time. Know that we'll have the time of our lives. So remember us and smile. All of the souls heading back home down a one-way road. So it goes until the caskets close.
Oh man. Was it trying to be in these fields? At the start of the day, guys. No, this is a real good song. And what's interesting is like the kind of like the parallel, like not necessarily parallel, but compared to the other songs that they drop, them kind of maneuvering in this choice, of this, this path of, being signed, not being signed, and just the ills of the industry and different things like that. But I feel like songs like this way down back to reality, because everybody goes through loss. Everybody goes through these particular type of things, and I think more often than not, people could put an artist into this space to where you forget like they interact and go through life the same way as everybody else. Like we go through life the same way as everybody else, you know? And so it's those memories, it's those companionships, it's those relationships, it's all of those memories, and that's why I feel like a song like this is very, very important. I love the chorus, it I with certain songs, I feel like I can listen to it and you can still get the sadness, but the visuals add another layer. The visuals add that story to where you're just all like, oh, look at them, and they're growing and they're going through the stages. Um, and that's what makes it, sadder. But this was good. This was amazing. This was a great song. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. What has been y'all's favorite video that's dropped from Impatient so far? Let me know in the comments. This will be in my Ren playlist. So definitely if you missed out on the other ones or any of my Ren reactions, I got a lot. Then you can check it out there. But Smith's Composition MC that writes fiction, back at it with another reaction. Make sure to like, subscribe, notification bells on so you don't miss when I drop a new video. On the road to 10K, make sure to check out the description for my music, books, comics, and more. All right, y'all. Peace.